What's up, leader? It is a new year, and I want to ask, how is your thinking? As we go into a new year, we cannot bring our old mindsets with us. And over this week and next week, I want to help you think. I want to help you approach thinking. I want to help you think about what you think about. And I believe it's going to take your leadership to the next level. Hey, welcome to the Jabin Chavez Leadership Podcast, where we're just trying to help you, trying to serve you in any way that we can. I believe that as you get bigger and better on the inside, your organization can do nothing but improve and grow. And I'm praying this is a blessing to you. Hey, I'd love for you to like and subscribe and do all the things for the City Light Vegas podcast channel, YouTube channel, wherever you're watching or listening to this. We're live streaming every Sunday for YouTube, our church services. Every Sunday night, dropping a new sermon. Every Wednesday, new leadership material. And then every Friday on YouTube, new worship material. So praying this is a blessing to you. All right, I want to talk about thinking. The writer says in Proverbs 23:7, as a man thinketh, so is he. As you think, that's who you become. Your thoughts influence your emotions. Your thoughts influence your words. Your words and your thoughts and your emotions influence your actions. Your actions begin to create your lifestyle and your choices. And those choices, that lifestyle ends up defining and creating your destiny and your legacy. So this is a big deal. I want you to just do some work with me right now. And I want you to write down, if you can, I want you to think about this. Where do you know you have unhealthy thinking patterns? Maybe it's unhealthy thinking about food, unhealthy thinking about sex, unhealthy thinking about your future. Unhealthy, that would be fear. Unhealthy thinking about your past, where you're just so caught in condemnation and regret. Unhealthy thinking about your church. Unhealthy thinking about your city. How do you think about your city? Unhealthy thinking about your staff and your team, or your family, your spouse. Where are there unhealthy thinking patterns? I want you to think about that right now. And as they come to you, I want you to write that down, and I want you to start creating a plan on how to correct it. I'm telling you, you can have one seed of unhealthy thinking, and it will so cloud your view of your entire life, and it will really bring you down. I'm always thinking about my thinking. I'm always thinking about my thoughts. I'm always challenging myself on unhealthy thinking patterns that are hurting me. Here's what I've learned. I can't really teach a person to think, but I can teach you how to think. And I think that if you can become really aware of this, it'll really change your life. And so I'm going to give you some things that I think we need to correct. And I got my coffee here. Cheers, not an endorsement, just a necessity. Is this in the shot? No? Okay. I'm going to give you some things I've been thinking about. And I pray these help you. Here is number one. Don't think work-life balance. Do think work-life integration. Don't think balance, think integration. Don't think work-life as two opposite things. You can't do that. Don't think work-life balance, think work-life integration. Balance always creates competition. balance, when you start thinking balance, you'll always think competition. Integration creates wholeness. Big difference. Integration creates wholeness. We don't want competition, we want wholeness. We don't want work and family and church, and we don't want these things competing. Once there's competition, once there's friction, you're in you're in for a double-minded life. And James said a double-minded man cannot sin. You can't get double-minded. So we're not thinking balance, we're thinking integration. This word integration means to take seemingly different things and bring them together. Seemingly different things and bring them together. Even in like food, we say things like, "Oh, those are really balanced flavors," but it's really not. So you'll take something like sweet and savory, and they're seemingly different, and yet they work. Like adding sea salt to caramel, or even just think about like ketchup and French fries. Ketchup is very sweet. Ketchup is full of sugar. French fries are very salty, very earthy, very savory. And yet you put them together and they create this flavor. It's not balanced. A ketchup and a French fry is not balanced. They're integrated. They're seemingly different. They are different. And yet you bring them together. And they turn into something beautiful. It's not a balanced flavor, it's integrated. In life, don't think balance. Don't think, okay, I got family. Okay, I got time with my kids. Okay, I got marriage. Okay, I got church. Okay, I got ministry. Okay, I got weekend services. Okay, don't think that way. Once you start thinking that way, now everything is competitive, and then things have to start losing. So in my life, I'm thinking integration. I'm not thinking God first, family second, career third. I don't think that way. I think Jesus at the center. He is first. He is on the throne. He is seek first the kingdom of God. He's at the center of heaven, the throne of God at the very center. And then everything revolves around the throne. Ministry around the throne, family around the throne, marriage around the throne, life around the throne, money around, everything is around the throne. Don't think work-life balance. Think work-life integration. It will really help you. It'll really set you free. Because if you're not doing it that way, there's always winners and losers, and there doesn't have to be. And frankly, there's just times where things aren't balanced. So if you're always fighting for balance, you're actually going to miss out. Like Christmas season is not balanced. It's so busy. So many church services, so much ministry, so much happening, followed by a week off. Nothing about that is balanced. Nothing about the Christmas season for a preacher is like this. It's like this. So don't let yourself get into that. Think integration. And what I'm trying to do is, I said, don't think and do think. You have to start getting aggressive about what you're thinking about and what you're not thinking about. Let's look at one more today. Don't think us and them. Do think us. Don't think us and them. Do think us. You got to start thinking we, not me. You got to start thinking we, not them. You got to start thinking all of us. Carry the organizational culture with words like we and us together. Not them, the pastors. You always know an unhealthy culture. Pastor said, pastor said. Well, what do you say? Pastor likes it loud. Pastor likes worship quiet. Pastor likes the auditorium cold. Whatever. Pastor really cares about background checks. I don't know, whatever it might be. No, us. We like the sound like this. We like the worship like this. We like background checks for kids and volunteers like this. We. Not us and them. We. And senior pastor, you have a problem if they're always quoting pastor. You gotta start getting us language. We are doing this. We are hiring. We are moving. We are doing services. We are starting this. We are going in this initiative. We are getting this. We. You don't want that pastor said thing. It's always bad news. Always bad news. You want we culture. It's not, we used to do church at a little plaza, a little storefront, and it was a church, and then it was an insurance company, and then it was a dentist, and then it was a liquor store, and then it was a pizza store, and then it was a Buffalo Wild Wings, and then it was a sushi spot. We were all under the same roof, but we were in competition. We were all fighting for parking spaces. We were all against each other. We were all mad at each other. We were all, it was a mess. We were under the same roof, but we were not together. It was us versus them, and really it felt like them versus us. That's not how church can be. It's not the staff against the pastor, or the pastor against the staff, or the youth ministry against the kids ministry, and the kids ministry against the worship ministry, and the worship ministry against the young adult. No. You've got to think of yourself like a department store. We're like a Nordstrom. We're like a Macy's. We're like a Neiman Marcus. We're all under the same roof, and we're all working together. We're not in competition. We're all winning. We're all in this together. That's how you have to think of it. We're not just under the same roof. We're under the same mission. Don't think us and them. Do think us. Do think we. And you've got to fight for that culture in your organization. We're going to keep talking about thinking next week, and I can't wait. I'm praying for you. I'm praying for your church. I'm praying for your leadership. I'm praying for your teams. I'm praying that this is going to be the greatest year of ministry you've ever seen in your life. I love you so much. We'll see you next week.